You know they're saying he had me bent over a barrel.
You want to get bent over a barrel?
No.
Oh my!
No.
Wonderboy, and you thought it was me? That's the problem here.
Bro, I had no idea what I was going to get into. In this.
All I want to say is before we even start,
Listen,
I'm happy for you.
Man, chill the fuck out. Wonderboy and I, we've gamed together for hours.
100%.
So he knows the type of motherfucker I am. We game. You know, when you game with somebody, you get to know them.
Dude, we got to do that.
What?
You still gaming?
Yeah, I just haven't had time lately, but I still game.
You have to get back on it, man.
What you playing right now?
I'm still Call of Duty it up.
Oh yeah, I gotten good. I gotten good at it, but I haven't played in like 2 months. I've been remodeling my house in this damn podcast and training for a fight, so I haven't.
Keeping you busy, man. Yeah, you got to get back with your boys.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry, game, because I hate this podcast now.
I'm telling you, MMA Guru likes us again. He's happy I'm in the back. He's happy you're funny.
Fuck that. Who's this MMA Guru
He's
guy?
funny, dude. He comes for us. He comes for you. You're happy that he's coming at us all the time. And I'm like,
Is he coming at you guys?
all day long.
Has he ever came on you?
Yeah, every day. I like
He comes
this
on you all the
content.
time.
He comes on you.
I grew up loving MMA. And Rampage knows this. For 10 years, I've been watching MMA. I've been around this game a long time, almost 15 years now. Probably I was 20, I'm 34, 15 years. And I watch all MMA Guru stuff. And then he started to come at us. This guy right here.
He's got his own YouTube channel, and he like critiques fight or like he's just like his own podcast. He talks about fighters, and it's just a YouTube thing.
Is he a cool guy?
I have never met him. Is he from?
I don't know if he's cool, but he definitely talks very openly about us. But he definitely said yesterday the Jaxxon podcast is so back.
Oh, that's when he likes people when they say good shit.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
Once they stop talking about you, that's not a good thing. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Wonderboy!
How you get that name, Wonderboy?
Man, okay. So I've got like 2 brothers and 2 sisters. My dad fought back in the 70s and 80s, kickboxing. And living in his household, it was mandatory for us growing up that we had to train. If we were living in his house, we were training. No ifs, ands, or buts, mandatory. So I started, of course, our style was karate, like a Kempo style, which is pretty much everything. Striking, kicking, punching, 99.9% of the time in a street situation, you end up on the ground. So, but I put all that in the back burner, especially in the 90s, because MMA wasn't as big. It was kickboxing. So my dad fought kickboxing. My older sister fought kickboxing. So they were kind of my inspiration to go to kickboxing. I had my first fight at 15 years old. And I thought I sucked at kickboxing because my sister used to beat the crap out of me all the time. All the time. Oh, yeah. Just make me cry, bro.
Wow.
All the time. She beat the crap out of me.
Batman couldn't get that information out of me.
Bro, I grew up with it, you know? And I mean, she was the alpha dog for the longest. And so I thought I was terrible. Here I am getting my butt kicked by this girl, but my dad had me fight this guy. He was like 26. I think he was 20-0 in kickboxing. Kind of threw me to the dogs on that one. I guess it was a way for him to show me that I was better than what I thought I was. I ended up beating the brakes off the guy. And afterwards, the commentator was like, yo, he was talking to my opponent. What you think about this Stephen Thompson kid? And he's like, man, I wondered why I even stepped in the ring with this boy. And the announcer called me Wonderboy, and it just stuck with me ever since.
Wow, that's a good story about how you get a nickname.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, because you know most people think that fighters they name themselves.
Like
Because boxers do that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of boxers they name themselves.
They name themselves.
Yeah.
So, but you will always be how'd you get Rampage?
My cousin named me that when I was 8 years old from the video game. Yeah. I used to play that video game Rampage.
Yeah.
And
dude, I used to love that freaking game. They're in Dave & Buster's now.
Yeah. I still
They made
play.
a movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just saw the brand new one at Dave & Buster's.
Yeah.
Me and you.
Yeah.
For our Jaxxon party.
Yeah. I used to love that video. I used to play it all the time. I was a wolf. And I used to always play it, but my family used to love making fun of me, like how these guys are. You call it bullying now, but back in those days, we just call it making fun.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna share something that I normally don't share, but I'm real proud of my dad now. But back in those days, he was an alcoholic. He was on drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, back in those days, like the 80s and stuff. So you can kind of guess what drug he was on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so and I was really close to my dad, and that's how my family could get up under my skin. So I used to lose my temper, and it would get so bad that I would hyperventilate. And I was like huff and puff. I would turn like real red and huff and puff. And it used to amuse them. It was amusing to them. And I used to fight them and just go and fight my cousins and my siblings. And I would get in trouble for it. And so my mom stopped me from fighting them because I would get spanked or whooping with a switch. And the switch was like a whip with thorns on it because you ripped.
I know about them switches.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. And because she used to get the one from the tree, and it was almost like a
She didn't make you pick your own?
Oh no, she got sometimes, but this one she got this one,
okay.
right? So if I got trouble, so I got a whipping too. So what I did was I started hitting the walls and put a bunch of holes and stuff in the walls. And my cousin's like, "You just like that game Rampage. You just like that game Rampage. I'm gonna call you Rampage." And so
been stuck with you ever since. Because you punching holes in the wall.
Punching holes in the walls, and I've like lose my temper because I'm the nicest guy in the world, but
yeah.
I used to. I can control it now. I used to have the worst temper in the world, and I think it was because of my family used to just torment me because they wanted
all the time.
They wanted to see me hyperventilate and just get real mad. And my mom.
Were you the youngest? Is that
I'm
why?
in the middle.
Oh,
yeah, but this was my cousin that used to do it too. I got a cousin. His name is Tyrone. And he still think I owe him something because he named me Rampage.
Oh, no way. He still hits you up like, "Hey, you owe me, man."
Yeah. He did.
Stop.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. He hit me up. Because I brought him out here to California. I felt like I did owe him. And I got him, I had him do a MMA match one time. He moved out here. He's a great guy, but he'll fucking know it all. And so I started training MMA. This is back when I was fighting in Pride. And he said, "I could do that shit. I could do it." And he could fight because he grew up fighting on the street. He was a good fighter. And I could beat up everybody in my neighborhood. And he was older than me. And normally I could beat up grown men and stuff like that, but I couldn't beat him up.
Really?
No, he kicked my ass.
Is he older than you?
Yeah, he older than me. He's like 3 or 4 years older than me.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah, but he could fight.
Yeah.
Out of all my family, it was only me and him that could really fight really good. And so I fought him one time. He pissed me off. He's always trying to piss you off. And he kicked the shit out of me. And then I never fought him again. And as we grew up, he became like my closest cousin. My mom put me out the house when I was 14.
No way.
And he was living with a stripper. He had the hottest stripper in Memphis called Baby Cakes.
Her name was Baby Cakes?
There's her name, Baby Cakes. She was the hottest. She was the most famous stripper in Memphis, right? And we used to hang out. He used to come pick me up. We used to smoke weed and drink golden champagne because I didn't like the way beer tastes.
Yeah.
And we used to drink and ride around in her Cadillac all day, right? So this motherfucker dropped me off back at the house, and he didn't know my mom put me out. And he saw me walk. I walked across the street to these guys I used to work for. They had cars right outside the house. They used to let me sleep in their car. So he's like, "What the fuck you doing?" I'm like, "Man, this is why I've been sleeping." He said, "Why you sleeping out?" I said, "Oh, mama put me out." And this was like maybe like the summer before I started wrestling, before I changed my life and shit.
Yeah.
He said, "Come on, man, you living with me." And he was living with a stripper.
No
He was
way,
17 and she was grown.
Dang, where was this at?
Memphis.
Dang, Memphis,
Tennessee. So he was my closest cousin. So when I moved out here, I brought him out here and everything. So I tried to repay him because he did name me and I took off and started fighting and stuff like that. So but when I moved out here, he still came out here to California with a Memphis mentality. He's on Newport Beach smoking weed on the beach. I said, "Bro, you can't smoke weed out here. You stand out, man. You black as fuck." He looked like Prince. For real. Yeah. When he was young, he looked like Prince. When he got older, he looked like Martin Lawrence.
No.
Crazy. Because he had the curl, like the, it's not like the Jerry curl. It's not like Jerry curl like California style. The way you see, If a motherfucker wore a purple suit, motherfucker come up to him asking for an autograph. It looked just like Prince. Used to be a pretty boy.
Is he bigger than you?
No, now he's not. But back then, I was young and he was bigger than me. He just tough. He grew up in the projects. Okay. He was a tough motherfucker.
But he knew how to fight.
He knew how to fight. And he
now, did he ever do that MMA fight?
Oh, okay. He did the MMA fight, and it was Brady Finkel. I don't know if you ever. I got Brady Fink. Brady Fink. He fought in Pride one time. And I didn't know Brady Fink. Brady Fink was really good at jiu-jitsu, and I knew he was good at jiu-jitsu. And I went to Brady. I talked to him. I said, "Listen, man, this is my know-it-all cousin. He don't know shit. He ain't even trained for this shit, and he thinks he can do what we can do." I said, "Can you just beat him up for a little bit before you submit him? I'm a real motherfucker." And Brady looked at me. He was like, "Nah, you full of shit. That's your cousin. He gonna try to knock my head." I said, "He don't know shit." And it was like an open hand fight. So my cousin went out there. He was game. He didn't know no jiu-jitsu. He didn't know shit. He
was ready to throw down.
He went straight at Brady with the open hands and go and fight. And Brady took his ass down and submitted him
right then and there.
Yeah, but he did it though.
Again.
He never fought. He never fought.
Dude,
again.
I feel like it should be mandatory for everybody in this country to have at least one fight.
That's what I've been telling this pussy ass.
Dude, number one, it lets everybody know what it's like to be punched in the mouth. Because a lot of people don't know what it's like to be punched in the mouth, and they'll be less likely to do this. You know what I'm saying?
He need that, because that's,
Oh, wait, he said
he need that. Hey, did you see you saw what he did when you was walking up?
100%.
What? I didn't do nothing.
It's on camera.
Where were you doing this? This is how we got in all the trouble again. Remember, you did this?
Oh, for real?
And then you did this.
I'm the one that got us in trouble?
Yeah, you did.
I'm the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
You and Kevin Holland. Gotta leave that man alone.
Oh, man.
That's what started all this. But I agree with you. We talked about this on the last.
I feel like everybody should, because number one, Okay, so I don't know, maybe 18, 19, or somewhere in high school or out of high school should be mandatory for you to fight. Number one, got to get punched in the mouth. You got to know what it's like for that to feel like, because you'd be less likely to talk crap outside of what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Let me punch you in the mouth right now. So you get that out of the way.
You did that all week, and then you let Bobby Green do that to me, and then you let Luke Rockhold do that to me. I think enough people beat me up this week.
And the grind. Like people don't know what it's like to grind out, man. To like be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know what I mean? And I think you learn a lot whenever you go through that.
I think
grit.
I think Bear does know a lot about grinding and grinder and stuff like
Absolutely.
Grinding on.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know a lot about
24/7. You know what it takes to make this show go around with the way you operate? This guy will be out all night.
You be grinding, don't you?
Grinding it up.
Every day. I grind to make sure we can get whatever it is we need. Look, we got one of the best guests of the year right here. Are you kidding me?
Well, how you get him on?
Grinding.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Don't do all the jokes right now. We're having a serious conversation, and you're looking right into his eyes like you want more than a conversation with Wonderboy, and that's one of your comrades. That's a fighter.
Hey, his thoughts.
I know.
Can I ask you a question? Is the statistic true? You were undefeated in 57 of your first kickboxing fights.
Yeah. So I started out doing like karate tournaments, right? Which there's nothing wrong with, especially as a kid, but I kept getting disqualified. I kept, hitting hard. And of course I grew up with like 4 other siblings, so we were always scrapping. And so it was actually crazy. I think it was my dad's whole brain working. He had a plan, man. And if we ever got caught fighting with each other, me and my sister and my brothers, it was always after dinner, because we were at our most uncomfortable because we had full bellies. And if we ever got caught fighting, because we were just alpha dogging it all the time. You know what I mean? Just fighting constantly. He would pull the kitchen table out, or the coffee table, and he would make us fight. No gear. We couldn't close fists because we had school the next day, but we could palm heel to the face. We could kick to the legs, body, head. But he would make us fight until we didn't want to fight anymore. And I remember my sister would beat the crap out of me, and she would be crying because she was beating the crap out of me. And he was like, no, you keep fighting him. You keep beating him up. You fight him or you fight me.
Damn. Your dad was like the Cobra Kai instructor.
Dude, what he wanted to know, once we left out, do our own thing, that we could take care of ourselves.
Wow.
And he knew that, that grind, that toughness, that we needed to have that toughness outside of that. Because I mean, look around nowadays, man. People don't know.
The psychology of that, was it the fact that you knew that you could beat someone up, or was it the fact that you knew you could get pushed to the limit? Like, what was the psychology of your dad? Because you're so young. I would love to understand that.
It taught us to be humble in what we have, right? Knowing that we could do that to somebody and not do it, right?
The discipline of being able to hold it back.
The discipline of when and when not to do it, right? I mean, there's only been a few times where I've seen red, and I don't like it, but at the same time, it's like, you mess with my family, you mess with my friends, you're gonna push it to that limit. I'm gonna see red, you know what I'm saying? And then, but I think with that control, it goes in other areas of our life besides self-defense,
I gotta ask you a serious question.
Yeah.
When you first watched Karate Kid with your dad for the first time, was he rooting for Miyagi Dojo?
Cobra Kai all the way, bro.
I knew it.
Cobra Kai all the way. If I watch Cobra Kai, that's my dad right there. Back in the day, if you didn't have the natural ability to do the martial arts, bro, he didn't want you to.
Your dad was on the Cobra Kai side.
Dude. Hey, and you look at me, I don't look like I'm a Cobra Kai guy.
No, you don't.
Right? I'm like a Miyagi Do.
Yeah, you mean Miyagi Do.
You look at my hair, I don't have any muscle definition.
Yeah. I would be Miyagi Do. I would be Miyagi Do side. And you would be Cobra Kai. hey, but have you heard the with the new one, the Cobra Kai?
Dude, I just saw the preview with Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
And that looks dope.
No. I'm talking about the series, the Cobra Kai series.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, did you hear like the writers and stuff said that Daniel's son was actually the bully in
100%. Dude, I've seen so many freaking YouTube videos because all he was doing was protecting his girl in the beginning.
Yeah.
And Johnny is talking to Chick knowing that she had a boyfriend and kind of escalated, right?
Yeah.
That's nuts to me.
Was you talking about Daniel's son?
I didn't realize that they actually confirmed that.
They confirmed that Daniel LaRusso was actually the antagonist, because you remember when they went to the restroom?
Yeah.
And everything was over. He poured water on them inside the sink and everything.
He was bullying it.
He was bullying. He was actually bad guy.
Wanted some payback. I don't know if that's bullying.
Yeah, well, like good guys, if you like on good, you don't really do the payback stuff.
That makes sense.
Not like that.
I like his point about everybody needing to have a fight. I feel like right now we are in a point of society. Me too. Everybody gets checked every once in a while. You guys are fighters. It's a little bit different. But the average citizen who doesn't fight on the daily, like I've never seen Rampage this calm. It takes a lot to escalate him, even when he's training right now for Rashad.
It teaches you a amount of control like no other, man.
Yeah, and the discipline though.
Yeah. It's all about the discipline. Everybody can do that, but it's funny because like you'll be more apt to let things slide, knowing, dude, I could tear that dude. I don't need to do that. Like it would be like fighting a kid, or a 5-year-old. Yeah. Rampage could kill just about anybody in a room, right?
Yeah.
There's no confidence knowing that you can go into a room and knowing that you can take anybody.
Yeah, it changed my life because I grew up fighting in the street.
Yeah.
And I know now why I was doing that. I was never a bully. I used to hate the bullies. I used to beat up the bullies, but I enjoyed fighting because my upbringing in my house environment was really bad. Yeah. So it's like me lashing out.
It was a way for you to let it out, right? I think that's why I'm like the nicest dude.
Yeah, because you went through it because your sister used to beat the shit out of you. So
all the time. But if I do feel a little frustrated, I take it out on their bag. I got guys that I know I can go harder with, even though we take care of each other. And you leave it out on the gym. So whenever I leave, I feel refreshed.
Yeah, when I started wrestling and I started fighting professionally and started learning stuff, I stopped having the urge to fight anybody because you fight out of fear, like on the street. Yeah, you fight out of fear. So it's like fight or flight, right? Mm-hmm. And you got that fight in you, and somebody bark at you and stuff like that. You get kind of scared, and if you like the type of person, you're not like a bear that's going to run. If you like a man like me, you're going to stay there and fight, right? Yeah. But now that I feel like I can take most people. So now what I've done, even before I got a bigger name in fighting, as soon as I started learning, I just talk people out of me kicking their ass.
Yep.
Like, no, let me buy you a beer.
100%, man. Yeah. I don't look like a guy that, I hate confrontation. Mm-hmm. Never like confrontation. I fight for a living. I love to fight because I love the competition. But outside of it, bro, I'm just I'm just chill. Like, I'll go this way, you go that way. It's all good.
Yeah.
I don't need to prove myself. You
have nothing to prove.
And especially nowadays, they come back with a firearm, a knife, they're boys, and what you gonna do then?
Yeah. Have you been tested like in the last couple of years?
No. I mean, I live in a small town. I live in a very small town. My dad's, we've been in our martial arts school, Upstate Karate, for 42 years. Opened it up the year I was born, and been at it. We got 950 students.
What? Wow. You got 900 something?
Yeah, man.
And you know all 900 of them motherfuckers?
All of them, except for I know all the kids. Most of them are kids. I do all the kids. 3 all the way up to like 10 or 11. And then my brother Tony does the teens, which is like 12, 13, 14, 15. And then 16 and up is adults. That's all my dad.
Are you married?
I'm not married.
Oh, so
I got a honey.
You got a honey?
And she's definitely the one. We've been dating for about 5 years.
About 5 years. Okay, before you met your honey, did you fuck all the girls in your town? You say you live in a small town.
I do live in a small town.
He wears a Jesus piece.
Hey, man, people that like Jesus still got a dick.
But he's
they still want to use it.
He doesn't want to say all that on camera.
Well, I'm asking a question.
You got a new honey.
I kept it very, very low key.
So you had a nice roster.
I got 600 kids watching every move I make.
Yeah.
And it is a small town.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? So my dad taught me right off the bat, man, watch what you say.
Yeah.
Watch what you do, because everybody's got eyes on you, man.
Yeah.
Everybody. Even at the time, I wasn't where I am now, but at that time, he taught us very well.
Man,
and be respectful.
I couldn't live like that.
Why?
I
you do that now in Orange County.
No, I couldn't live like that. No, I couldn't be the person I am, knowing I got 600 kids watching me, because when I was fighting in Pride, I used to say like real crazy stuff on air because it was Japan. I didn't think America would see it.
But that's the thing. That's what makes you, bro. Like that's you, man. It's like I respect like Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
Because he ain't changed for nobody.
No.
Yeah, he's not pretending to be somebody he's not.
He's real. He's an OG right there.
Right.
He's
one
real.
of the best.
And that's why I respect that.
Yeah.
I don't like that. The guys, obviously it's a business. Obviously everybody's trying to be the Conor McGregor, but you know who's real and who ain't.
Yeah.
And you got to respect that.
Man, he loves Conor McGregor. On the weekends when nobody's here, he walks around like Conor McGregor, and he
does he do the walk?
Yeah, I seen him. He draws like some crazy shit on his chest with a Sharpie.
He has the gorilla or the tiger?
He draws that shit on his chest like himself. It'd be like
it was a Halloween costume. It was one time.
Yeah,
You got a picture of it? Y'all have a picture? Yeah.
He probably does. He loves having pictures of me with no shirt on.
I try to get the video.
God damn it.
All right, yeah. Send it to me.
No, this guy puts me in the ring with everybody that comes here now, so he thinks I have to be a fighter. But I enjoy it. Honestly, what you're saying, TJ Dillashaw and him had a conversation with me. They said, yo, if you're going to do this podcast, and we're doing a lot of episodes, you should be training every day with all the pros. So I do the pro class at nighttime. I also come in the mornings and train. I love it. It's fun.
And you ain't got to do this.
Yeah.
But I think it would go nuts. And it ain't got to be nobody special. If you just you went to a training camp, and if it was kickboxing or just boxing, just had one fight.
MMA, he knows jiu-jitsu.
Dude. Yeah, bro.
I've been training.
You train with champion. I mean, with all these dudes. Just to have one fight, it would go crazy.
He would pussy out. You know what? Because I told him the other day, I said, look, we doing the behind the scenes shit, right? And I was in LA making this diss track for Kevin Holland, right? And then I met some of the guys that producing something. One guy was boxing. He watched the podcast a little bit. He said, oh, tell Bear, I come here and boxing. I just started boxing not too long ago. And he kind of like a sus guy, kind of like Bear. And I think that'll be a good matchup.
He said sus guy.
And you know what I'm saying?
I got to take all this now.
I was picking on you?
Yeah, I got to take it now. I just got to sit here and take it.
I'm sure you take it a lot. I'm sure.
I ain't got nothing to do with me anymore. It's been a long week.
Before I even start this podcast, I'm sure you've been taking it. And so the guy, he said he's down to come spar with Bear and stuff like that. I said, yeah, we can film it for the behind the scenes. He's like, yeah, hit me up. I'm cool with it and blah, blah, blah. And then I talked to Bear about it. He said, no, that's not what I'm about. I'm here trying to run the brand. Because he saw the guy, he got scared because the guy got a little messy.
I train with everybody. Listen, I'm not trying to be a
What do you walk around? What do you weigh?
190.
190. So you'd be like, do they cut weight like they do in boxing? Like
they don't cut weight like us though.
No, but I only train for fun. I train
he's
for
not
cardio.
Bro, he's not one. He lied to you.
What are you, mine? You're about what? 200.
Bro, he's like 175.
You're like 200.
All right, what you got to do? This is what I do. You have to. Okay, I cannot weigh myself with clothes on. Like it is. If I weigh myself, I got to be like down on my skivvies because that's how we weigh in when we fight.
Mm-hmm.
So take your stuff off. Step on the scale. You have a scale here?
Yeah.
I think we should take the cameras.
Yeah.
I bet you money he's not 190.
What are you?
I haven't weighed myself. And the last time I weighed myself, I was 247.
No,
that was months ago. I haven't weighed myself.
What's the heaviest you got to?
295.
A year ago when I saw him, I go, Rampage, what you been doing? He's like, I just been hanging out at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Shut the fuck up.
What? We need Wonderboy. Wonderboy got great energy.
I'm tired.
I bring it, bro. I bring the positivity.
How do you have such good energy? How you look so young?
Man, I train all the time. Dude, you haven't changed a lick. This dude hasn't changed a lick.
That's cosmetic.
He has looked the same.
That's cosmetic.
Since the Pride days.
Thank you, bro.
That's Botox. That's different. Yeah.
Right.
That's not. He don't run the same operation you do. Brother.
Botoxing. Okay.
He Hollywood. That's Botox.
Oh, okay.
Some lip filler. Some
you do movies and stuff yet?
Not yet. I mean, I've done some like I was on Cobra Kai. I had like a quick cameo. I was supposed to do a full on sick fight scene with Tyron because I know he was on it.
Yeah.
But then I let them know when I was getting ready to fight Bilal Muhammad. And I was like, I'm gone this week, so if we can do it afterwards, it'd be awesome. They're like, cool. But they ended up filming the fight scene during that week. I was gone. I wasn't. So they kept me in there as a cameo, but like, come on, man.
Man, I didn't even know you was in Cobra Kai. I didn't know that.
For like a split second, dude. I was like next to Tyron. I was supposed to be, but it just never panned out.
But because he could be, even though he's a pretty boy, he could be a bad guy in it.
I almost look like a smaller Dolph Lundgren. Remember in Rocky?
Yeah.
I had like scars down my face and stuff. It was pretty tight.
I remember seeing the behind the scenes on Lynn. Lynn's a good friend of mine. He was the director, the stunt coordinator.
Oh yeah.
And I remember seeing a little behind the scenes of you.
Yeah,
and
man. It was cool.
Did you like acting? Do you like?
I liked it, man. I thought it was pretty cool.
If I put something together like a series and stuff, could I call you up?
Call me up.
Are you the man?
I mean, I saw him teaching you how to kick outside. You were definitely acting.
I did the crescent kick.
What do you? I can't say it. You can't say.
What?
If you're gonna put something together?
I can say.
Are you trying to do something?
I'm doing. I wrote this series for MMA. That's all I want to say.
Okay.
I can tell you off air kind of like the basic.
Yeah.
But it's dope.
Hit me up.
And I just did a movie the other day with this guy, Jared Cohen. I done 3 movies with him so far. He was the director of that Lord of the Streets. That with me, Khalil Roundtree, Anderson Silva, Antonio McKee's son, AJ McKee.
Yeah.
And who was some so we were just talking. It was at the end of my scene because my acting got better because I worked with this one actor. I got to look up his name. The best actor I ever worked with. This guy's on next level, right? So what I do is I learn from watching, right? So I did a scene with this guy and another actress, and next thing you know, I'm picking up where he's laying down. And he made me a better actor. So I had to come back and do another scene. I'm like a crime boss, right?
Yeah.
And then he saw me. My acting was a little bit better. He was like.
Just after a day? Just after
watching?
It
was the same day. was the same day.
Dang, bro.
I picked up that's how I learned. I was watching them, I picked it up, and then I was done with their scene. I had to do my own scene, and it was with other actors and stuff.
Yeah.
And now my actor was on point. It was on point for my character. And then he was like, hey man, let's do some more shit. I said, yeah, I'm down. He said, but I don't got nothing. I said, I got this series that I wrote along. He said, and I told him what it was. He was like, I'm down. I talked to him.
No way.
I texted him yesterday. I said, hey, you serious about this? He's like, yeah. He said, let's talk tomorrow. So today is tomorrow.
Bro, let me know. I don't see how you didn't get him because you were freaking phenomenal A-Team.
Yeah.
How did you?
You want to know the truth?
Yeah.
The truth is, I had a fucking stupid ass know-it-all manager from the UK. The manager,
That'll do it.
And he thought it was a good idea to sign with the same agency that the UFC was represented by.
Yeah.
The same people that own the UFC now.
And it was
and they
nothing.
the UFC didn't want me doing any more movies.
What?
So
why? That brings more eyes to the UFC.
They didn't want me doing movies.
Wasn't like it. It wasn't like that back then. They wanted the fighters just to fight.
Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all something else. I'm gonna tell you, I'm fuck it. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna tell y'all. I did a Nike commercial years ago. I did a Nike commercial, and they called up Dana White to ask for like some footage, so I could use some footage. No MMA fighter had did a Nike commercial. I think it was called like the Human Chain. You guys can look it up on YouTube. First MMA fighter to do a Nike commercial. They called Dana up, and then they come back and they tell me like, "What's up with this Dana guy? He trying to talk us to putting Forrest Griffin in instead of you." Dana asked them to take me out and put Forrest Griffin in the motherfucking commercial. Oh, and then I heard a couple other stories about they just didn't want me to, they didn't want me to be the guy doing stuff because I don't know, I'm a loose cannon or they didn't want me. I'm an outsider coming to UFC. I came from Pride.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, what was the difference between that? I mean, I feel like Pride was like a wild, wild west, man. Like in Japan, like mafia run.
Oh yeah.
Steroids.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was mafia. It was ran by mafia. That was actually what led to their demise, right? So
really.
Here's my.
I talked to, and he was telling me some crazy.
Know a lot of inside shit. So
really.
So this is the crazy thing about me. When I came in, he's a president now. Sakakibara's son. He's a president. But when I came, he was a vice president. I got there like maybe a year or so before the president.
Oh.
In the hotel room at the Hilton Tokyo, my favorite hotel out there. Okay, so the vice president then, which is the president now, he scouted me himself. He came to the King of the Cage and he saw me. He said, "Oh, I love your gimmick." And he was the one who told me to wear those camouflage pants all the time because that was a mistake. I wore those pants because I forgot my fucking walkout shorts.
And you just had some camo pants.
That's what I wore. This is my style. I wear camo.
Yeah.
It's always been my style. I have never changed. I have never made up a gimmick. Rampage. I've been howling since I was a kid. Camo. This is me. I've been this way since I was a kid.
Sick.
And so I just wore my pants that I wore there, and I walked out and I had my chain on and stuff like that. And he was like, "Oh, I love your style. I love your gimmick. I'm gonna bring you to Pride." I ain't never heard of Pride. I didn't know what the fuck Pride was.
Yeah.
Long story short, he scouted me himself. But then when you go there, I don't know what you call them. I don't know if UFC have them. So it's the best way I could describe these two people. They were Japanese. There was a couple, Yukino and Hideki. They was biochemists. They wasn't like anything to do with fighters, but they worked for Pride, and they was like his agent. So I guess they was like a hunter. I guess they were like the hunter. They were instead of dealing with Dana White, you dealt with these motherfuckers.
Guys.
Instead of dealing with Sakakibara's son, I dealt with these two, and they hated me for some reason. But the president liked me. The vice president, he liked me. He the one who scouted me.
But you couldn't talk to him.
I couldn't talk to him. So my managers had to deal with these motherfuckers, and they hated me. And so that's what my relationship with them was. They fucked me over on so many different levels.
Really? You're just not getting paid or things like that?
I was getting paid way less than everybody else, even when I became a star. My first fight against Sakuraba, I got $10,000. It was a short notice fight.
Sakuraba?
Yeah, Sakuraba. So other people, if they fought Sakuraba, you got paid at least $200, $300K.
Dang.
But, so I worked my way up from $10,000, and the most I ever made in Pride was $200,000 when they threw me in a fight with K1, my last fight of my contract, because they thought I was gonna get knocked out, and they didn't want me to.
Who did you fight?
I fight Cyril Abadi.
Cyril Abadi. Okay.
Yeah, from French, the smelly motherfucker from French.
Mm-hmm. He was stinky.
Stinky as a motherfucker.
Oh,
he smelled worse. He smelled worse than Matt Lindland.
Matt Lindland stunk? I've never been around Matt Lindland.
That's why you know he don't stink. That's why you don't know. Because you never been. He could be sitting right there. You be like, damn, nigga, take a shower.
Dang, bro. And you get to smell that during the whole fight. That just pissed you off?
With Matt Lindland?
No, the other guy.
Oh, yeah, it pissed me the fuck up. Because the first time, I knocked his ass out in the first round.
So you didn't have to smell anything?
Yeah, so they thought it was a fluke. So last minute, again, right before Christmas, it was a New Year's. I was at home in Memphis for a Christmas holiday, and they flew me out last minute. They waited till the last minute.
Oh.
They had me fly me back out there to rematch him. So it went all 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And I beat him again. Then they never brought me back.
Wow.
And so
what year was that?
I'm bad with years, but it was a long time ago.
Okay.
But so Pride started treating me like shit. So I jumped ship before they lost their TV rights, and I felt like it's bad karma because they lost their Fuji TV because Japan tried to cut down on the Yakuza.
Yeah.
So you couldn't do business with Yakuza, and that's how UFC took over Pride because they lost their TV rights. So I left ship. I went to WFA and fought Matt Lennon's stinking ass.
Yeah.
And then
I wonder if he did that on purpose. He always just smelled like.
No, he always smelled, but for fights he showered less. I heard.
It was just really?
to hurt this psychologically.
Yeah.
But
So-
it just made me want to get out of there fast. It made me want to.
Yeah, just knock him out and leave.
Yeah.
That would make me mad.
Yeah.
I mean, you fought a bunch of people. You fought some heavy hitters. Woodley, Pettis, Masvidal. Out of those guys, who do you think were some of the hardest hitting guys you ever fought?
Man.
Why people want to know who beat us up the most?
No,
You know
I'm
what
not saying who beat him up. I want to know who hits the hardest out of that roster.
No, you don't bring our guests on the show to give him a platform to fucking ask him who in the.
Oh God.
Apologize.
We're gonna have to get some gloves on y'all.
I'm
too.
sorry,
In
Rampage.
fairness.
I'm giving him
don't
the
apologize to
platform
me.
to
You
talk.
apologize to our guests.
Wonderboy,
I hate that.
I just want to know who hit the hardest.
Why,
Bro, all right, I'll let you know. I got smoked. I think 3 guys that really hit me the
Why are you
hardest.
doing this? You're making him talk about things.
Number
that he doesn't
one
want to talk about.
was because I think it was my first main event. It was when I fought Jake Ellenberger, and he was knocking everybody out, bro. And he smoked me with a right hand, and I dropped. And I don't remember anything. I came to when I like for some reason my body just went into fight mode. Like my brain wasn't there. I went back and watched the footage. He smoked me. I dropped. I shot him for the legs, which I don't do, and I got him to the cage. And next thing I came to, and I was like right there. I was like, bro, I'm losing this fight. And I finished him in the first round because I felt desperate. Like this dude knocked me down. He's winning. I gotta fight this dude. He smoked me, and then it was Tyron Woodley in the 4th round. But he dropped me like 3 times. 4th round, smoked me. Boom, I go down. It was smart because he was normally guys when they fight me, they are the aggressor. They come at me. I like it when they come at me, right? I make him swing and miss. There's my opening. I counterattack.
Bear, you like when guys come on you like that?
I knew it was coming.
I knew it. I knew it. I didn't even want to pay attention.
I thought you were going to get him back with that.
No.
Yeah,
Give him a platform. Stop cutting off the guests.
Sorry.
It's all
MMA
good.
I couldn't let that joke go by.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I knew one of y'all was going to bring it up. I was
You like
waiting.
when they're the aggressor.
Bro, yeah. So,
You
it
like
makes
the
the openings a
counter?
little bit.
Yeah.
But I had to do my adjustment after fighting Tyron because he waited for me to come to him. So once I started coming to him, he just sat down and just threw, right? And I ran right into it 3 times. And that was probably one of my favorite fights because, even us as being fighters, we're like, we like to think that we're the best, we're the toughest. Oh, if I was in that position, I'll be able to get out. But you don't know unless you're in it, until you're in it. And I've seen guys, even at the highest level, get in an uncomfortable situation and they're looking for a way out. Khabib put dudes in there all the time. Dudes are looking for a way out. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, he's beating me up. He's talking to me. Let me turn my back and let me act like I'm going to defend this choke. That's what it looks like to me anyway.
Whoa.
Have you seen that?
think guys actually do that?
Just go back and watch.
Wow.
Just go back and watch.
100%.
Wow.
100%. A lot of guys.
In what way though? Like psychologically they're broken or physically? Because Khabib was so
both.
powerful. Oh, both. Wow.
Number one, he's wearing you down. As soon as you get back up, you're going back down. That's tiring. I don't know if you've ever been in those situations. Super tiring. Not only that, he's saying, this is my time. He's beating him up. Like, just give up. Just quit. Just stop. You know what I mean? He's talking to him, just mentally breaking him. And I've from what it looks like to me, and then they go out, right? I mean, obviously he's a strong dude.
Yeah. No,
I probably got it all wrong, but
No,
that's what it looked like.
I said it to my son. My son wanted to get into fighting, and I told him, like, you can impose your will and you can make people give up. You can make them give you their arm for a submission or give you a bad position so that they just, because they don't want to just tap out for no reason.
Right.
They want to make it, they'll give it to you.
And Khabib was that dude.
Wow.
He would just make people quit, right? And Tyron, after knocking me down 3 or 4 times, I remember how it was. Next thing I know, I was in like a deep guillotine, right? And he falls and he's squeezing. And I remember thinking, I think I said it. I'm pretty sure I said it out loud, but I was like, all these people came to watch me fight. I'm not going to tap. I'm just going to go out, right? And it was like one of those situations where you could tap and it would be over with, or you just go out and leave it all out, right? And as soon as I said that, I felt his arms get tired. So I popped my head out, like the place erupts. But it was the fact that I was in the deep and I decided to stay there.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow, yeah.
And I know you've been in those situations before, bro.
Murillo Bustamante.
Yeah.
When I was fighting Murillo Bustamante in the
I remember
Grand
that
Prix.
fight. Yeah.
Do you remember when he had me in the guillotine?
The guillotine. Yeah.
And I picked him up, put him on the ropes.
Boom.
I was almost finna go out, right? And I heard my coach, Carlo Young, was like, "Don't you give up! Don't you give up! Get out of that! Get out of that!" And I remember, I was finna go out, like, man, he got me. He was a black belt, it was really good. And we didn't really train how to get out of the guillotine. So I invented a way to get out of the guillotine right then and there. And I've never been guillotined again since, even in training. Yeah. Right then and there.
You have to show me that.
I'll show you.
All right.
That deep end though, that both of you guys have seen it though. What helps you get out of that water?
I mean, obviously, whenever you're there, it's like, it's fight or flight, right? I mean, there are things that you can do to prevent you getting so deep, but I was already out of it. I was already like, I just got knocked down 3 times. And the next thing you know, I don't even know how he got me in the guillotine. But I was just, there have been memorable fights that I've had, and they've been the ones where I've lost, I guess. I obviously, your favorite fights are the ones you won. I had a spectacular knockout. But the ones I like, man, is when you're in the thick of it, you're getting punched in the face, you're getting, where most people would give up, you don't. That's what I like. And one of the most addicting feelings that you could ever have, is walking through the airport the next day, you can barely stand up, and knowing that you just went through a war and you survived it, win or lose. It's just like, there's something addicting about it. I love it.
Yeah, like you feel like that little pain in your foot or your leg,
man.
like you went to war.
Yeah, you just went to war and you survived it. I mean, even though you lost it, you still grinded through it. You know what I mean?
Bro, that's to me, I think that's what is like, I feel alive. That's when I feel like
100%.
I'm alive. I'm not dead. I'm alive. I got a little pain. Yeah. My knuckles are a little sore.
Yeah, from punching the dude. My forehead sore from taking the shots, Man, it's just something about going through battle that the majority of people in this world will never experience.
Yeah. How many? What would you say the percentage of this population are like us fighters? What's the percentage? I've been trying to tell my son
1%.
Less than 1%.
Less than 1%.
So we could beat up 99.99, 89.99
without a
doubt.
Okay, I check this out though. So I have a younger brother. We call him Sweet Tea. And he's like 285.
Why you call this nigga Sweet Tea, though?
Well, we like to drink some sweet tea down south.
Oh, yeah, I'm from the south.
Hey, no, first time Chris Weidman ever came down south, he drank like a gallon of it in like one sitting. Sweet tea.
That's good.
It's just straight cane, sugar, and tea.
Just
hot. Oh, bro.
Y'all drink it cold, though, right?
Yeah, we drink it cold.
Yeah.
We drink it cold.
Yeah.
And it's like this much tea, but this much sugar.
Yeah.
And the best fighters I think you will never see fight. The best fighters in the world, you will never see them fight. Like he's got more talent, I think, in his pinky than I will ever have. But I think that's what makes the difference between us fighters. He just doesn't. He's got a family. He's got 4 kids. He's 32, and just waxes people, bro. We've had guys come in there 240, 250, training every day, and he's like, just comes off the couch and like, I'm gonna spar today, and just waxes them. And they're like, what the freak, man?
Is he sparring karate or MMA?
Oh, he does MMA. But we fight, he fights like me, but at 285.
He's your brother's 285? But he never went to the MMA fights?
No, he fought some kickboxing, but he never he played college football. And that was kind of like his thing.
What about your sister? How does she look? I mean, what's she do? I mean, your sister.
So I got 2 sisters.
Okay.
My oldest sister was the fighter. She married Carlos Machado.
Oh.
You ever heard the Machado brothers?
Yeah, I know Machado.
Keegan and Jean-Jacques. And Carlos is the oldest. And they have 4 kids together. They're like 17, 18, 19, 20 or something like that.
So that sister's off the market. What's the other sister?
The other sister, she's got 3 kids.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
She's married.
I got like 15 nieces and nephews. And we're building an army, bro.
Oh, yeah, you got an army.
They got an army.
We're building an army. Sorry.
Hey, that reminds me. Hegan, did you get my text? We on live on air right now. Hegan Machado want to come on.
Bro, you got to get Hegan on here.
You got to get Hegan on.
100%.
Well, I'm going to put us in a group chat.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it right
You got to
now.
get him. You got to get him to talk about just like the old.
Those are legends. Those are
Dude,
pioneers of the game.
Oh, you got to get Hegan. Hegan's my guy. Now,
they train with you?
Before I was in the UFC, I was doing MMA. I did kickboxing for many years, and I ended up tearing every ligament in my left leg, right? So I was out for 3.
Wow.
But in that time, I was training with GSP. GSP had brought me out, part of his camp.
To which gym?
Huh?
Which gym did he bring you out to?
TriStar in Montreal, Canada.
Yeah.
And we became good friends, and he was my inspiration to switch from kickboxing to MMA. I started finding myself doing more jiu-jitsu and wrestling just to be a better sparring partner for him. But through him, I was good at simulating guys. So I actually went up to Albuquerque to help Rashad Evans with Lyoto Machida.
He was.
Oh, that's all good.
Oh, okay.
And then
Am I being?
No, you're good.
He was just pointing at you.
No, just because somebody's getting ready to. Did I say that on air?
Yeah.
Getting ready to fight
Yeah,
Rashad.
he was talking
Oh,
about
yeah,
Rashad.
about to fight Rashad.
Yeah, so
He said Rashad texted him and said, you're soft.
I never said that. Slap him.
Nah.
You have to slap me. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, I never said
The
that.
fighter tell me to slap some motherfucker about it. We come.
Oh, that was a good one, right on the chin.
I think I bit my lip. God damn it. Come on,
And then
dude.
I got good at simulating guys. So I started training with Rashad Evans. He brought me out to try to simulate Anderson. This was, probably 2006, 2007 maybe. And then Hegan wanted me to go to Black House. Black House is around here, right?
Yeah.
And Anderson Silva, Lyoto Machida were there. So I was looking for a management company. So he brought me out to Black House, Hegan did. And I started training with those guys, which is freaking awesome, man. But at the time, nobody spoke real, English. They all spoke Portuguese. So I just wasn't a good fit.
Did you learn it?
No, I did not. I was out there for like 2 weeks. No, maybe like a week and a half, something like that. So I got to train with Anderson, Lyoto Machida, who were kind of my inspiration too growing up. And but that's how I ended up, trying to get into the UFC was through Hegan trying to find me these managements.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I want to know about training with GSP. I mean, he brought you in as a kickboxer to emulate who?
Yeah, anybody. I mean, he was getting ready to fight Thiago Alves. He was fighting BJ Penn again. He was fighting a lot of these up-and-coming strikers too. And I had fought in Montreal, Canada. And lo and behold, GSP and Faraz Zahabi, which was his coach, was in my opponent's corner. And this before I was doing MMA. I think I knocked the guy out in the 5th round. But afterwards, they were like, yo, Wonderboy. Faraz is a guru when it comes to the martial arts. He just knows everything, this guy. And so he heard of me coming up in the kickboxing world, and he was like, would love to get you out to come help GSP train. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, dude, you ain't got to pay me nothing. But they ended up setting me up in I think it was his house at first, but every time I came back, he would set me up, and it was really cool because my pay was just the experience of training with these guys. And so we developed a relationship, me and GSP.
He's super cool too.
Dude, he is, man.
Guy,
and he's the guy, the best guy in the room, but always comes in the room with an empty cup. Always ready to learn. And not afraid to get like just like smashed. You ever been smashed?
Holster weapon.
What?
I'm just kidding.
What?
I knew it was coming.
No.
Yeah.
But he always came and he did not have a problem with getting just like thrown around or sort of learning something new. He would bring in the best. And
Man, I was so impressed. I was so impressed with how he just went out there and got his wrestling like A1 level.
he was training with the Olympic wrestling team. So I would go in there not knowing a dang thing about wrestling. And they would have the MMA guys in like the corner. And the Olympic wrestlers would just go, you, come on. And we had no idea what we were doing. You know what I mean? We were just out there being a dummy. But out there being a dummy, you learn like cool tricks. Some guys would be there to smash you, just work you, man. And some guys would be like pretty cool. They would show you some things. But most of the time, it was just those guys using and abusing you. It was fun though.
That's so crazy. I mean, GSP.
The guy excited. He said, the guys be smashing it.
In terms of the structure, though, for like the fight fans out there, like how structured is GSP when it comes to these type of camp? Like to bring in a guy like you to go work with the Olympic wrestling team. How structured was that?
It was like no other. It was the first time that I have ever really experienced like a true professional, especially champion because he was in his prime. Mm-hmm. And the way he came in the gym, the way he trained with everybody else, it wasn't like, let me get mine and let me bolt. It was like, let's train together and let me afterwards, let me show you something. Wow. So he was like that with everybody.
Let me show you something.
You know, Anderson was the same way. He would train for like an hour and a half, and then he would stay another hour helping the guys that helped him get ready.
Anderson Silva?
Anderson Silva did.
Wow.
Yeah, he's one of the best training partners in the gym from everybody I've ever talked to and things I've seen, you know.
But GSP was like, you know, he would always have he would have, you know, Haja Gracie in the gym. You know what I mean? He would have Ryan Hall in the gym. You know, he would have just all these specialists helping him grow he was one of the first like real put it together kind of MMA fighter. He had striking, had good wrestling, had good jiu-jitsu, but you know, he had at the time the top. I didn't learn how to cut my weight until I started training with him too. I haven't been 170 since I was in high school. So I kind of watched and I would pick his brain, him and Faraz, a hobby, to try to, you know, get down to 170 because that's what he fought at. Thank goodness I didn't have to fight that dude.
What would they show you in terms of tips and tricks of cutting weight that you never knew?
Water loading was one of them. I don't know if you water loaded.
I tried it a couple times. I didn't like it.
Water loading was huge for me. Like, you know, obviously you drink a lot of water during the day. I hate drinking water. I can't stand it. I put some flavor in it, put something in it. But like the week of the fight, that Sunday, before a fight week, my goal was to drink 3 gallons.
Wow.
So you just saturate your body. And I cut a half a gallon off each day leading up to weight cut. Of course, you have to do your vitamins, your minerals, your magnesium, because you flush that out. We've had fighters go through like body cramp, like 4 hours of body cramps. Yeah. So you have to do that. And to be honest with you, I have a nutritionist that comes in, Tyler Minton, who's another dude. You gotta have that guy on your show. The guy's a guru when it comes to cutting weight. The guy's awesome. And he prepares my meals throughout the week. And for some reason, man, I just drops off like that. My last weight cut, even though I'm like, you know, 42 and they say, you know, the older you get, the harder the weight comes off. I woke up on weight. It was awesome.
Yeah, I don't believe that the older you get, the harder it is.
I don't believe that. That's what they say.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
But we're trying to prove them wrong, right?
That's right?
How old are you?
I'm 46 now.
Shut up.
Yeah.
And you say I look young. Dude, this dude hasn't changed. I don't see a wrinkle on his face.
Yeah,
but that's artificial, right?
I'm AI.
Do you use Botox?
You straight AI?
I'm straight AI. I don't even know damn Botox. I preach against that from all these girls.
You do something. You've been getting facials or something.
I'm gonna tell you what I've been doing.
Yeah.
You're not bloated.
Vitamin E.
You used to have bags.
I go to Colombia and I get stem cells from BioCell.
See. Wait, what do you is it just like a paste or something?
No,
you put on?
I get whatever that's bothering me, and then I get the IVs.
Body Excel, where is that at?
In Colombia.
Dude, I heard that's where I need to go.
Everybody goes there.
That's where I need to go.
It's Rampage's guy.
It will age you backwards, and I fast.
I fast too.
I eat once a day, and that kills off all your dead cells.
Dead cells and cancer cells if you have any.
Yeah, but my dad, it was hereditary. My dad looked really young, and like I said, my dad used to be an alcoholic and everything, right? And my dad didn't get a gray on his head till he was like 65.
Dang.
But you know, I got gray in my beard.
Dude, I got. You see it?
Yeah, but you just look young. You're still.
Yeah, you still look young in the face.
Yeah, you still have a very young, and you're very athletic.
Would you ever diet?
No, I don't think so, bro. Yeah,
do you think Wonderboy wants to worry about?
I mean, if I show up like to the gym, whatever, I'll get made fun of immediately because they would know.
No,
they would know.
I dyed my beard.
No, but it looks. I think it's different. I can't grow one, so. You know what I mean? I don't know if it would be gray or not.
He looks like Santa Claus if he doesn't dye his beard.
No, it's not true.
Is it that bad?
No, it's not.
It's better this way.
It's coming in right here. I got a few strands right here. And the thing is, when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm not ready to
accept it.
Yeah, I'm not ready to accept it. I'm not ready to grow. Cause I'm a kid in my mind.
Me too.
I didn't have a normal childhood.
Yeah.
Because
you're living it pretty much. Yeah. Dude, I've always been this way. Me and my brothers, my friends, you got to have that mentality. That's what keeps you young, bro. You got to.
Yeah. So I'm not ready for it.
One thing I want to talk about, we talk about fights and legendary times in UFC. Can you walk me through what ended up happening when they called it a decision and then like a no contest or then a split decision with the Tyron Woodley thing?
Yeah. So
like what was the actual definition of what they called it and why?
It was a draw. But what happened was I think Bruce Buffer read it wrong and said it had Tyron winning. Which is why he was like so upset afterwards. I would be too if you say I won, but then it was a draw. I was like, what? You just said I was the winner. But it was a draw between us, between the two. I think he won like the first round because he ended up taking me down. Caught my leg, man. I was setting up a head kick because every time I would kick my leg, he would drop that front hand down. So I was gonna go up high, but he caught it, got me down, kept me down.
You think you think that was a setup the whole time?
Say that again?
You think that was a setup? He set that up?
Probably, man. I mean, knowing him, because, I mean, he had a great game plan going to that fight. When most people would come to me, he was waiting on me to come to him. He was wanting me to come to him. And I was about to say something I can't say.
No. Okay, yeah.
But
you got Wonderboy thinking jokes now.
Yeah.
You got Wonderboy. Yeah. Get it.
I got it now.
I've been trying.
But y'all the same right way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I already saw it coming, but I didn't want to say it because he would come all over us for that one. I didn't want what. I'm not gonna let him get called out on the internet. He was gonna lay us up with a nice joke, but I'm not gonna let you be all over us. Yo, continue. So you caught.
He wants to be all over you, all over him.
No, this guy has like amazing. Like
he's quick. He's quick.
Yeah, him and Khalil Roundtree all day. They just play with each other with this nonsense.
No. I'm gonna be honest. I be wanting to tone it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't.
You do?
That's what makes it the podcast, bro.
Oh, you want to tone it down?
Yeah, I be wanting to tone it down a little bit.
Oh, you want to tone it down?
Has this been the most we've just had y'all going at each other on this podcast?
No, we do this every day.
Oh, I love it. That's what makes this podcast.
He comes in here and trains every day. And the one thing I got to tell the audience, that's why we did the Behind the Brand show, is because Rampage has been training heavy. And he's like almost vintage Rampage.
Dude,
so, look how lean
when I first saw it, I was like, bro.
I'm proud of you, brother.
Yeah, I got fat as
the
fuck.
audience is proud of you. I'm proud of you. No, for real, I'm proud of you. Give me some love.
Kiss my ring.
No, give me some, pound it. Give me some love.
I'm not pounding you, bro. Get the fuck out of here with that
All right, hey, talk to me a little bit why you always talk about why a fight with you and MVP would be boring.
Well, he kind of brought it up first, which I understand. We're both counter strikers. So I don't know if you saw the second fight between me and Tyron.
Yeah.
One of the most boring fights in UFC history because we kind of knew each other. He was waiting on him and I was waiting on him. And I was waiting for him to come in. He was waiting for me to come in. So we were just bouncing, waiting for the whole, and me and MVP, same style, stylistically, karate style, counter strikers. I just feel like it would be, the fans wouldn't like it. I want to have fights that would be exciting. And I don't think that would be an exciting fight. I don't think he does either.
If MVP did this to you, y'all fought at the stare down, like, shut the fuck up. If he did this, what would you do if he did this?
I would try to tickle him or something. You know what I mean? Just got you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's why
I wouldn't be able to reach his arm though. He's tall.
Is he taller than you?
Dude, he's like 6'3", 6'4", something like that.
How tall are you?
I'm like just a little over 6 foot, not quite 6'1".
We're about the same height. About like
No,
6'1",
no,
6'.
you're nowhere near his height, brother.
How tall are you?
About 6.
No, he's
All
not.
right, I think we should stand up.
Yeah, stand up right now. Let's
All right,
see.
let's
Yeah. No, hey, no tiptoe. No tiptoe.
Right.
Hey, I don't want. Yeah. No tip. No. No tiptoe. No tiptoe.
Are we the same?
No.
No?
Nowhere near.
No.
Nowhere near.
What do you mean?
He got like 3 inches on you, brother.
Oh, honestly, while I have you standing up, can you show me something real quick?
What?
A lot of the audience wants to. They love seeing this from TJ, and they were asking in our Jaxxon podcast Discord if you could show us how you set up your kicks, because the way you're able to kind of, when people come in, you talk about that,
All right,
and
so
that distance is what they want to know how you do
simple.
that. Yeah.
Okay. Few different ways, few different styles people have when it comes to fighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
More of a boxing style, which is here. You got like the more of the weight on the back foot, kind of like a Muay Thai type style.
Okay.
I'm more of like a 50-50. Okay? So I'm not now I will switch it up.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Don't take that. I will switch it up. So if I want you to try to hit me, I'll stick my head out here to get you to try to hit me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have more weight on my front foot. But most of the time, I'm at a 50-50. Not leaning here, but here, because I can put my hands on you and I can use my lead leg just as easy.
Wow.
And it's easier to evade. So if you blitz me, it's easy for me to, see what I'm saying? And I got my lead leg, boom, kick there, right? And that's the thing. Most people don't use their lead leg. If they do, it's more like a switch kick, which against a good striker is a big telegraph.
Can you narrate it just in case for the audio?
No, they can. I've seen this part. They can hear you good. So
You see what I mean?
just learn.
So the switch, I mean, it's a big telegraph. Yeah, you can pull it off, but like high level guys like Jose Aldo and all those guys can pull it off, but not somebody that's coming up, right? So 50-50, sometimes I'm completely bladed.
Mm-hmm.
Most people are kind of here, which is okay, right? If they want to, it depends on what they want to do. A lot of people, this dude wants to put his hands on you. He's going to knock you out. He's going to be right here, right? But me, I'm more like this. So I can use my lead leg and I can still close the gap and use my hands.
So are you just turning your hip to stay here though? So you're staying over your legs though? Or are you actually staying in front of them most of the time? Yeah.
I'm here. I'm literally not leaning too far forward, not leaning too far back, 50-50. But I will switch it up. Like when I fought Anderson, I sparred Anderson, he went from this one round, and the next round he was moving like a karate guy. I was like, what the freak, man? So I mean, you gotta.
I didn't see that fight when you fought Anderson.
No, I never fought him like sparring.
Oh, sparring.
Yeah.
But the bouncing style of like this kind of like attack-based karate method, which is not just like a standard karate, it comes from a more like, if you want to like, just so the audience can see it, it comes from a more dynamic approach, right? Like being able to pop in and out. Can you show how that works though?
This is not a fucking seminar, bro. This is a fucking it's a podcast.
He's one of the most decorated to ever fight in the UFC as a karate.
You can do it after that.
I know, but I just want to show it one more time.
Real quick, I got you. Okay, so we are right now
He just wants to stare in your eyes the whole time.
We call this an open stance.
Yeah.
Right? This is a closed stance.
Got it.
So there's some things that I do this side that I don't do when we're in an open stance. So I fight both sides.
Okay.
And the reason I do that, I feel like I have more weapons in my arsenal, and I'm able to spread out the damage as well. I don't know if you saw the Josie Allen and Uriah Faber fight.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? He took leg kick after leg kick and just couldn't, and he tried to switch, but couldn't do it. Right? For instance, when I fought Vicente Luque, we were in a closed stance. He hit me with like 3 low calf kicks.
Yeah, they were right
If
here.
I would have taken another one, I'd have been done. So I switched. So he only threw his back leg. Switch sides?
Yeah.
So whenever he threw it down low, I just checked it.
Bear, if you did karate, would you say you would go both ways?
Yeah, absolutely.
I believe that. Yeah.
I'm amphibious. I could do left and right.
You do. Yeah, I believe
that's good. You want it? Yeah, I think he would be good at going both.
I think so.
Because I'm here, but then I'll come this way too.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah.
But I'm better. I'm actually southpaw in real life.
You southpaw in real life?
Yeah.
But you just switch.
I like to go both ways. That way I have a good understanding of my body.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I want to be
go both ways. You would be. I think.
When you see me, man, I've been training with TJ.
Yeah, you have. I really agree with you. I think you would go both ways.
Too.
I do.
I agree.
Really do.
Now wait, stand up. We're not done yet.
Yeah.
Because I think
You see me with TJ.
I have.
So for instance, here, especially with somebody like a big power hand. So
Okay.
Kevin Holland had a mean right hand. So
Yeah,
my goal
fight.
was to stay open stance. Why? Like put your foot in front.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
easier for me to close the gap and move this direction, keeping that power hand away from me, making you have to come across your body, which is a lot weaker.
That would give you the power top.
Yeah. You want the power up top. I feel like he would be a lot better up top.
Yeah.
Not on the bottom.
Then probably
So
probably
if
not.
I would have thrown this right hand, you threw your right hand. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We both just meet in the middle.
Yeah.
But you being better on the bottom, being the bottom side, right?
This is what I need. I hope you're paying attention.
I am. I'm learning a lot.
So and it makes it easier for me to stay outside your front foot.
Got it.
So would you be more of a power top or a power bottom
Well, I mean, the way you fought Kevin Holland, that was a great fight, right? I mean, that was a big win.
No, not him. You.
No, I know, but I want to ask him. He was a taller guy, so how do you figure out your approach?
Whenever you spar, do you like to go more of a?
I like them all sizes, all shapes. I'll go from TJ to Bobby Green to Rampage. Rampage will put the work on me, though.
Yeah.
He's the one who, because he's meaty, so he'll put it on me. And Rampage, you did that the other day. You broke my rib. Alex Pereira, he was in my guts. He hit me so goddamn hard. I could feel it.
He was in your guts, bro?
Yeah.
like a liver shot?
He was, Rampage, you saw that.
I saw that, yeah.
He was all up in me.
Yeah.
He does not mess around because Alex Pereira's got a nice hand.
Alex Pereira is a beast. That stuck with you. That left you with some memories.
I will never be the same.
Question. What is this?
It's Rampage's energy drink.
Bro.
Yeah.
Can I have that one?
Yeah,
already?
you can have that. Why you
Hit me
open it
up.
for him? He could have opened it.
Well, what you want? You mad you didn't get some last night? What, your trainer didn't give you any? You upset at us? Don't take out your pain on us. He's redoing his house right now, so it's a lot to deal with. He's been very moody.
I have not had.
That was a natural response.
An energy, like, especially from people like that tastes as good.
Yeah, it tastes good.
I've had fighters like, oh, try this one, and it's like, oh, bro, no, dude.
And look at
That's not paid
it's a
for.
healthier
Everybody at
option
home,
for
that was not paid for. This was completely random. That was a beautiful natural response. Congratulations. You have a good product.
Fuck.
Come on, I'm giving you so much love today. His stylist wants a lot of his attention. His trainer wants his attention. He's building a new house. He's going through it today.
No, you're building a new house.
No. I bought a house and I didn't like the way some of the stuff was, so I'm changing it.
He is like one of the most famous street artists of all time, painting the roof of his room.
Oh yeah.
And can I tell him what you're doing?
You put a mural there?
Yeah, in my room.
It's like him and some
No,
dude
that's not
touching
true.
fingers
No.
like this on the roof, like the Michelangelo. Yeah.
No, I didn't do
and
that.
they're both wearing UFC belts.
No,
And I'm like, that's crazy.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
What?
No. I asked this guy. He's his name is Witness. Like he's like a street graffiti artist.
Graffiti artist. Yeah.
He's been my friend for years.
Oh.
And in my room, it's like a place on top where you can have like a little nook. And I just got baby trapped not too long ago, so I got like an 18-month-old baby. So I'm going to
you had recently just had a kid.
Yeah.
Congrats, man.
Oh, thank you.
Let's go, boy.
Little girl.
Oh, how many you got?
I got 5 now. Yeah. Yeah.
You rack them up.
You felt like you building an army now.
Yeah, I'm building an army. Yeah, I got me a little whack baby.
Let's go.
Yeah. So I build like a thing up there for her to hang out and stuff up there, so she can kick it with me. So I wanted to paint the because my ceiling was already black, so I wanted stars and over there like clouds and like a daytime and the sun, and on this side like a moon. But he went all out and painted like the galaxy and stuff. So it turned out better than I thought.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wonderboy, I have a question.
Hit me with it, Bear.
Satisfying knockouts. A lot of people talk about moments in their career, but we've had on this podcast, we've had legends, we've had icons, pioneers, we had rising superstars left and right. And everybody always has a different opinion or like a different answer for what a highlight of their career is so far in the UFC, a moment, a fight. Sometimes they say it's a submission, sometimes they say it's a knockout. What is your like biggest highlight for you personally as a UFC win?
Man, to be honest with you, it was my very first fight I ever had in the UFC. I was first fight on the card. When I got the call to fight with the UFC, I felt like I wasn't ready. My jiu-jitsu, like I threw it all on the back burner because I was focused on kickboxing for the longest time. Felt like it didn't, like a lot of these guys started in wrestling and jiu-jitsu like I did in karate. You know what I mean? They're like their wrestling is same level as the striking, right? They're just that good. So I felt like I wasn't ready, but my dad's like, yo, you might want to just do it because they may never call again. So we took it, fought a grappler. And for some reason, I knew I had it in the bag when I heard his coach. Because whenever I fight, I don't just tune into my coach. I tune in to my opponent's coaches as well. Like I try to listen to what they're trying to tell him to do. And they were telling him to stand. I'm like, all right, let's go. But I ended up, not only it was cool because at the time, MC Hammer walked me to the venue.
No way.
Yeah. MC Hammer walked me and my family down to the venue.
Did he have on the parachute pants?
No, I was wanting him to wear the parachute pants, dude.
Man.
No, I don't think I think he's done wearing those.
Oh, okay.
But I heard MC Hammer's no joke. I heard that dude.
Gangster, bro.
Bro, yeah.
Gangster.
I've heard stories.
Wait, that's
man.
real?
It's
MC
real.
Hammer was a real gangster?
Yeah, he gangster, bro.
And he will pull up on you. If you talking crap, he'll pull up on you.
Yeah.
I've heard that too, but I didn't know if that was real.
No, that's true.
All joking aside, that's
joking
crazy.
aside,
Yeah. So
How'd you get linked with him?
At the time, he was part of like the management company that I was with.
Oh, that's cool.
And so he had a stake in it. Of course, he's got his hands in everything now. I mean, he went from like losing a ton of money to back up to millionaire status.
Oh, he's good now?
Yeah.
Are you still cool with him?
I haven't talked to him in forever.
Tell him I said, what's up, man? Tell him I'm a big fan.
You know anything?
I never met him.
Okay.
Go tell him I'm a big fan.
All right, I got you.
Does he watch MMA?
I think he does, yeah. I mean, he was part of it. He was part of the management team at the time.
Tell him I'm a big fan, and tell him Bear talk shit about him.
Don't ever say that, Wonderboy.
Yeah.
He's gonna roll up.
He's gonna roll up.
I know.
He won't come here.
We got enough heat this week.
don't
I
play
got
that
Anthony
shit.
Dunn on my
He's
head.
done rode up to people at the radio station before.
I saw that interview, man. That was nuts.
And that was real.
That was real.
Insane. See, that's what I'm saying. Guys like that are amazing. I always wondered this from a fighter standpoint, because me and Rampage talk about the mindset of a fighter. When you know you're winning, does it lower your like your fear or your like quickness or your alertness? No?
Not for me, man. Until I put you out, it's go time. Because I've seen dudes win a fight. I mean, they're hands down.
Yeah.
And the dude closes his eyes, swings, and knocks him out. Like his opponent. Like things like that. For Czech Congo and
oh yeah,
Pat
Barry.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying?
Legendary.
I got you hurt. Boom, out. And it's like, no, Joaquin was strong.
Yeah.
And he had a crazy style to him, especially with his hands that he would do.
The cover and roll.
And it was hard to get past the guard. I mean, I got past it. I hit him a few times, but I had to be very precise because he was such like a shell. He was like in his own shell. You know,
because he fights with the high guard. Is that what you're saying?
Super high guard. And his hips were back.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get to the body. So I knew he was going to try to take me down. So I felt good. Like there was things during that camp that I felt good with. Yeah. Like I kept getting back up. Yeah. My takedown defense was great. I felt like he got me down, but I kept popping back up. But it was just that last. It was like he paused for a second, and I don't know if that's what did it, or I was thinking about throwing a knee, but when he didn't come in, I went to set it down. I don't remember, and I just turned to run away or to get away, and I just got smoked.
Now, how long was your training camp?
I try not to do more than like 6 to 8 weeks. Like I try to keep it a little shorter, just because like I don't get injured or I mean, the punishment that we take is not during the fight. It's like leading up to it is when, during that whole training camp is when you break the body down. So, and I'm the type of fighter that I'm always training. You know what I mean? So I don't have to get in shape to get in shape. So all my guys that help me prepare for me, I continue to train to help them prepare for them. Like I'm always trying to change things up. For instance, when I fought Johnny Hendricks, never changed. I mean, you see him fight one time, you've seen him fight 1,000 times. He never changed. And I think he only trained when he got a fight coming up, right? So there was never any evolution to his game. It was never evolving.
It was a lot of fighters in my generation like that as well. I remember Tito and Rico Rodriguez used to do it, and I was wondering why they used to do that shit. And then once I got, up there after I got the belt and lost the belt and stuff like that, then it started happening to me. You just get busy.
Yeah.
You get busy with life.
Everything, man.
Yeah, and everything. Then you like.
And for me, I don't have, I guess because I don't have an excuse because I'm at the gym all the time because I train there. I'm teaching classes. So it's just like I'm here.
Yeah.
For most guys who don't have that luxury of just being in a gym, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Then it's, it's a little bit harder for them to actually, like you said, you get busy, man, especially with family, youngins.
Johnny Hendricks is a name I haven't heard in a while. He went on a tear for a minute, and then
he was welterweight champ for a sec.
He went on a tear, and then I feel like it kind of just.
He was supposed to fight Tyron Woodley, didn't make weight, right? So I don't know if that was a punishment from the UFC, but they made him fight me instead because he was supposed to fight for the title, but instead Tyron fought Robbie and ended up knocking him out, and I fought Hendricks because he was notorious for not making weight.
Yeah.
And then I ended up fighting him on like a fight night. It was scheduled for 5 rounds, but I think I finished him in the first.
Yeah.
I always want to ask you, have you ever trained with Machida?
Yes. So when I went to train at Black House, it was Anderson Silva and Lyoto Machida. So I got to train with both of those guys. And now, you ever heard of Karate Combat?
Yeah.
So he's kind of like, I think he's involved with that. I think his brother fought a few times for Karate Combat. Yeah. But super cool dude.
He's
super
nice.
traditional. Oh, man.
That was one of my toughest training camps getting ready for him.
Really? Just his style or what? Just trying to bring guys in?
Just trying to bring in karate guys and that was a really tough. And I never wanted to fight him because I was like, it's a tough style for me. Because I'm a brawler. I'm not a traditional martial artist.
Yeah. Bro! Kids, you have to change.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the kids.
It's all good.
Come on, he got 600 kids at his karate. And he wants to play this in the gym, and now he can't. Because you're over here making jokes, talking about your fantasies with the Teletubbies you hang out with.
I forgot about the 600 kids.
It's all good, bro.
Hey, all you 600 kids, I'm going to tell you something. There's a couple different types of guys in this world, and I'm one of the guys that you don't want to grow up to be like. Okay?
Yes, you do.
Wonderboy is the guy that you want to grow up and be like.
He's a good dude.
But this world is different. You can't be sheltered from the world.
Right,
guys. Right. I'm not a bad guy. I just like to joke around, have fun.
100%.
And so
he's
I apologize.
a good dude with a loose mind. He's got a lot of things he wants to get out all day.
My bad.
Dude, I don't.
He's got a pinball machine. Ding, 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 ding. All these different ideas.
Are you jealous of Machida for him being called Karate Kid and not you?
No. He was the first in the UFC, I think. He was the first karate guy. I mean, doing the karate style. I mean, the Kyokushin type style. And I watched him and I was like, bro, if he can do it, I can do it. Because he fought before I was in the UFC.
Oh, okay.
I got in the UFC at 2012. When did you get in?
2006, 2007.
Okay. Yeah, I was 2012. And I'm considered a veteran now.
Yeah, you've been in the game for a long time.
Are you in an antitrust lawsuit?
I think so. I mean, they said it was like what, 2011 to 2017, I think. So I was in 2012. So
there's a lot going on in the UFC right now. I also feel there's a lot going on with all the organizations outside the UFC. Has anybody approached you when you finish the UFC to go fight in Karate Combat?
I've had a lot of people ask me to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I can strike all day. It's the grappling that tears me up. My neck. I wrestle. Of course, we got a buddy now. I got 2 guys now actually 3. My buddy Darius Gino, who's Penn State wrestler. He wrestled for Penn State, wrestled with Bo Nook and all those guys. Freaking strong as an ox, dude. I don't know what it is about these dang wrestlers, but man, it just strong as an ox. Anytime he's got my neck, I'm walking around like this for 2 or 3 days.
Bear,
you know what I mean?
You own something. I would pay a $200 pay-per-view to watch him and Machida fight in Karate Combat.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. That
That
would
dude's
be
big,
the
isn't
most.
he?
No,
Is
but
he-
that would
is he
be
big?
the most.
Wait,
Yeah, he's
what's your weight? What's your weight?
I fight at 170. So I'm like 190, 195.
He could get to 190, do a catch weight.
Yeah, he could get down there.
He's at like probably 205.
But he's still cutting weight though. That's
Yeah,
still
yeah,
cutting.
and he's not cutting, yeah.
I'm not cutting.
Well,
You know what I
karate,
mean?
it matters a lot, and weight matters.
I mean, when it comes to taking the damage, yeah. So it's like me punching you and you blocking it versus him punching you and you blocking it.
Yeah.
Which one do you think is going to hurt?
Well, he has a lot more mass.
100%.
Yeah.
So even though I'm punching and he's blocking my punches,
no, here's a hurt because he's faster than me. Speed equals power. Yes, it does.
Who are you trying to fist like that? Chill out. What are you doing over here with this weird turn? You got to use your shoulder. You got to.
Are you gonna tell me? Are you gonna tell me about martial arts?
No, I don't know. No,
Are you teaching me how to fist?
No, but you were doing the-
Which
you
one
were
you
doing
doing?
the robot,
Are you
the
teaching me how to
Wolverine.
fight, or you teaching me how to fist, motherfuckers?
No, but you're doing the Wolverine robot. You were doing the.
I think he's
slam
trying
jam
to coach me on fisting.
Nah, I would
on
never.
fisting.
I would
Not
never.
fighting, because I'm
who
not
is the
saying about
master
fighting.
fister here is the question.
Him. But what I would, oh my God! But the whole world would want to see that. So that's what I was trying to get at. Thank you, Rampage. That's the match everybody wants to see. You versus Machida in karate combat. You think
It's
that'll
like
happen?
they want to see the karate versus karate
Yeah,
for sure.
that's
for
it.
sure. I think it's a different style of karate, 100%.
What can you explain the difference? So the audience
His is
understands?
more of a traditional stylist, right? So if you notice, the movement and the timing is fairly the same.
Okay.
But he doesn't throw the variety of techniques that I do. Like he doesn't throw any spin hook kicks and he spin back kicks. It's more like linear front kick. He's got a good blitz or he's got good timing. He waits for you to come in, boom, and he lunges in, right? When mine's more lateral movement, I'll throw more circular spin techniques, things like that.
It's a different form of karate. Y'all got two
Yeah,
different,
so I'm a Kimpo
like Chuck
stylist.
Liddell.
Yeah.
And what is he?
No,
Christian?
actually, there's two types of He's Kimpo, and actually he fought in the same kickboxing organization that I did, the IKF, International Kickboxing. So he fought for IKF as I was coming up. I think he was in the UFC by then, but yeah, he's a Kimpo stylist. He's more of a Kyokushin. I think it's Kyokushin style.
Yeah.
I heard the Kyokushin was like one of the toughest ones.
Bro, it's like. It's very, they rely a lot on their conditioning for sure. I don't know if you ever watched Kyokushin style karate.
I seen Paulo Filo in K1.
Dude, I watched it on Instagram. Like these kids, no gloves on, just smoking each other in the body. It's like a drill they do. They punch each other at the same time and bare knuckle and these kids are like 8, smoking each other.
Hey, I got a question for you. What would stop you from starting your own karate league, like the Karate Kid movie, those things? I want to come in there and sponsor with F3. And I think you should start something like that.
I think that would be sick.
That would be sick.
If it was full, you think it would be full contact, right?
Yeah, it'd be full contact.
100%.
Same
I can't
thing with the kids and stuff like that. Could they do that?
Yeah, they have an MMA, amateur MMA. It's called Gamma. Did you ever hear of it?
I heard that.
Yeah, it's like an amateur, but
karate
should be full contact.
What would it take for you to do that? Hey, Bear, do something. Look, you're a billionaire. Help him out.
But I think Sim and Karate Combat's doing a good job though.
No. It's not Karate Combat. Karate Combat's for adults. I'm talking about for kids.
He needs to be like a Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai type of thing, right? Yeah, like the Karate Kid. Yeah, wax on, wax off,
We already
motherfucker.
put all our money into the Super Cup with Leo Vera and Checkman. We just had 1,000 kids at OC Fair.
But you got billions of monies.
We rented the hangar at the OC Fair. And
Yeah,
I threw a
so what
massive
they do? Was it
jiu-jitsu
MMA
event.
or was
it?
it?
Was a jiu-jitsu event.
Oh, okay, good.
We did kids all the way to black belts, and I did it with Leo Vera from Checkmat and Bernardo and our entire jiu-jitsu team. We had over 500 participants in the first event.
500.
Yeah, it was
Y'all looking to do it again?
Yeah, we're doing one every year. I rented the entire
Bro,
hangar.
what you think? How much you think it'll cost to start something like that?
I don't know, man. You have to start
500
small.
grand.
You gotta start, we start small.
But you would have to, if you would do a Cobra Kai, you would have to have like, you'd have to make it look like Cobra Kai. You know what I mean?
500
You'd have to
grand,
have
3
like
different gyms. Each gym has to be color coordinated with teams. You need an announcer. You need
Dude.
live streaming. The whole thing. Yeah,
bro's got it.
we're doing it right now with jiu-jitsu. I told him that.
I want to see this karate shit. And I want that shit come back like Karate Kid, man. Bring back nostalgia.
Rampage doesn't want to see the jiu. He wants to see people
You
get
wanna
punched
see
and kicked
karate.
in the face.
Yeah, I don't want to see. I don't want to see guys teabag
Is
each other.
Machida,
Man, what the fuck I want to see that for?
Shotokan black belt?
Is Shotokan or Kyokushin? It might be Shotokan.
I think it says 3rd-degree black belt in Shotokan.
That would be cool though to do like a Machida team, Wonderboy team, like a MVP team, and be color coordinated.
Oh, that'd be dope.
We got to see you fight MVP in the UFC, bro.
Man, he's right. That would be a boring fight,
I
man.
know,
You're not a fighter. You don't know, man.
Wait, I don't know, but
All right,
I
one
just
of
saying
us-
from a fan's perspective.
One of us would have to go out on like
Yeah.
out of our style to try to, you know what I'm saying?
Is it true that Kevin Holland hit you up to be in his camp for the MVP fight and you said no?
Well, I was I was doing something that weekend, but at the same time,
What?
That's
I'm not
fucked
supposed
up,
to say
man.
that?
No, man.
No, when he-
bringing up
when-
personal shit, bro.
No, he said it on.
You bringing up personal shit.
when he wanted
Alright,
me
you
to
don't have to
come
answer
out,
that.
I
Yeah.
was actually obligated to do other things at the time.
He had
So I
obligations.
wasn't able to do it. Not only that, but even if MVP asked me to help with Holland, I would say no. Because I have a relationship with Holland and I have a relationship with MVP. So you stay neutral. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So whenever I fought Rory McDonald, which I trained at TriStar, he trained at TriStar, we had a good relationship. And Ryan Hall was training with both of us. So of course, we were like, hey, let me hit up Ryan Hall. I feel like he's going to try to go for my knees, my legs. And he was like, no, guys, I'm sorry. I got a good relationship with both you guys. I'm staying neutral. So
You gotta respect that.
you got to.
Yeah.
I got a relationship. It's like me me being friends with both of you, but you guys having a match together. Let me help this guy out, but not help you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He wouldn't need any help, so I would definitely need you to help me.
So I hope, I didn't watch it, but I hope Holland didn't get upset that I didn't help him.
He seemed like he was a little butthurt.
Really?
I think he was more mad because you asked him about his ego.
About my ego?
No.
No, Holland. I think Holland was.
No, he's trying to stir the pot again.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
no.
I was doing so. Where was I going? I think I was a guest fighter when he wanted me to come out.
But you
For
say
something-
this, you gotta respect that.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just want to know if
yeah.
it had something to do with MVP. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, I got relationships with both guys.
It's not
man.
like a
we've always been
Rob
very
Aljo thing.
respectful. Me and Kevin Holland have when we saw each other, during the fights. Like I never hung out with the guy, but we've always been very respectful. So it's like and when you fight somebody, it's you have more respect for that. It's like we're just best friends, me and Holland. Even though I never hung out with the dude, I fought this dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you're my boy now, man.
Yeah, he's cool. He's a cool
Yeah.
dude. When you get to know him, he's a cool dude,
Yeah.
huh?
And then it's like, and then you see him out of the fights, and I'm like, bro, good luck, man. You just got this more found respect for a dude after you fight him. And you learn a lot about dudes after you fight him.
Can I tell you why I like Kevin Holland?
Yeah.
He reminds me of one of my only cousins that I grew up with on my dad's side. Because my dad was adopted. My dad was a hush hush baby. You know what that means?
No.
He's from the South. You know?
Oh, yeah, I know what Hush Hush Baby is.
You know what hush
Yep.
hush baby is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he knows some of his family. So he was raised with his cousins. At first, he thought they was his siblings.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I got this cousin named, I call him Jamel. His mom calls him Jamal. And when Kevin came in, he resembles him, and he acts. That's kind of like how my cousin act. And growing up, he was like my favorite cousin on my dad's side. So me living in California with all my family and stuff, I was like, oh, he reminds me of my cousin. So I liked him.
Yeah.
Ever since I first met him, I'm like, oh, this is like talking to Jamal. Yeah,
I like him. I thought it was cool.
I like him.
I mean, obviously that whole thing turned sideways, but I thought it was cool.
Everything turned sideways, but I could tell, like after a while, after talking to him, I could tell like he's really a good guy. And I was kind of upset with how the fans, took the everything. But I think it's entertaining.
He's another guy that you got to respect because he ain't changing for nobody.
Right.
He is who he is.
Right.
I saw him the other day. He was on the back of a horse barefoot with his shirt off, riding a horse, dude. Just
Yeah.
like.
But damn, he from fucking California.
He's from Fontana.
But he's like, God, he just went all out when he went to
Full
Texas.
Texas.
I guess that's his happy place. That's cool.
Yeah.
I could never do that because I got ugly feet, and I don't want nobody. I don't want people
He
seeing.
might have had you. I don't know if he was barefoot or not. I think he was like barebacking, like on the horse.
He
just riding the horse,
competitively
shirt on.
hunts.
They had on.
Yeah, he competitively hunts. So I think sometimes he goes out there
On
I don't think
horseback?
Yeah. I
Have
don't
you ever
know if he's
rode a horse bareback? That shit got to hurt.
Bro, I did a 3-day cattle drive one time with wounded veterans out in the middle of nowhere, Casper, Wyoming.
Wow.
We were taking vets out there. It was like sleeping on. It was like something from like Yellowstone. You ever seen Yellowstone?
I heard about
Bro,
Yellowstone.
it's cool, and you just felt like a man, just like a cowboy out there, dude. Out in the middle, you're sleeping under the stars. You gotta watch out for rattlesnakes. You're on a horseback, and of course, I don't ride around on horses every day. So at the end of it, I could barely walk. I couldn't even walk,
What's your favorite food?
bro. Macaroni and cheese,
You eat macaroni and cheese?
dude.
That's a lot of carbs.
100%. That's my favorite though.
Macaroni
Dude,
and
you
cheese.
give me macaroni and cheese. You give me some deviled eggs.
I like deviled eggs, yeah.
You give me some collard greens.
Damn, collard green?
Yeah,
I like collard greens, yeah.
I love me some collard greens. Cornbread, milk. I can eat that. My mom, she made that for my birthday. She gave me cornbread, not the sweet cornbread, like cornbread.
Oh, the hot water cornbread?
And milk.
You ever had hot water cornbread?
Never had hot water. What does it mean hot water?
A hot water cornbread it's not sweet. It's not like the Jiffy, and it's made in like the frying pan.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's what
I've never heard it called
not like
that.
the
That's all I thought cornbread was.
No.
And then you go to a restaurant, it's like sweet cornbread. It's like, that's not cornbread.
That's a Jiffy. That's the Jiffy.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
fast food, like fast food one.
No, we
Hey, she gave me
eat them
some
both.
milk.
Yeah, we eat them both. I was wondering what type of stuff you eat because you're always in good shape and everything.
I try, man. I fast, obviously. And I didn't know I was fasting. I didn't know it was fasting. I never eat in the morning. I don't have my first meal till almost 2 o'clock.
Wow.
And you eat like twice a day?
Yep. I eat at 2, and then I'll probably eat a little bit later that night after training, and that's it.
And before your training camps, you on like a strict diet?
Not really, man. I mean, because I don't have a crazy sweet tooth. Like, I'm not sitting there eating candy all the time. And I kind of watch it a little bit. The thing is, I eat throughout the day, but I eat small portions. So I don't, like, you're not supposed to eat until you're super full, until you're about to bust, and we always do. Sometimes, like, your mom makes Thanksgiving dinner, you better eat till you're about to bust.
Yeah.
But we do that every day.
And we're not supposed to do that, huh?
We're not supposed to do that. You eat your meal until you feel satisfied, right? You're not like feel like you got to throw up because you're so full. And then within an hour, 2 hours, you're hungry again because you're burning through it. But if you eat until you're full, you get in this coma. You get like the food coma. But we do that every freaking meal.
Hey, do you have cravings? And when you're in training camp, do you crave anything?
All the time. Not really all the time. I mean, because I'm not on such a strict diet. Because I do fast and I do eat. I'm disciplined in when I should stop eating. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That I can kind of eat what I want.
Man, I used to crave in my training camps. I used to crave peanut M&Ms mixed
I love
with
peanut.
cashews. The weirdest thing.
Cashews.
I get a bowl.
Yeah.
And I get some peanut M&Ms and I get cashews. I mix
love
them
me
up
some
and I eat them
cashews, dude.
together in a handful.
I went through a spell too. I just got the trail mix. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You got
yeah.
cashews, all the nuts, and all the M&Ms and stuff in there.
Yeah, but they be the chocolate M&Ms. They don't have the peanuts in there.
No. Yeah. So you do the peanut in
He
there.
only likes the
Peanut-
nuts.
and
Yeah,
I
he
know-
only eats the
an
nuts.
element to it.
And I mix it with cashews. And I eat them like that together. That was a craving that I had. I don't know what made me have that craving, but for a couple of years for my fights, that was my go. That I would be cheating, and my coach Bobby would catch the shit, get mad at me, and
Coach Bobby would get
Really?
mad.
Oh yeah, he gets mad.
How would he know you would sneak it into the
He would
house?
find. He would always find out. He'll check the trash. He'd be looking around like if I got girls. If I got.
That's his coach. Coach Bobby's his coach from
He's
the
like,
UK.
wait.
Yeah, he's the dopest dude. He's from the UK. He's his boxing coach.
Yeah.
But how he would go in your room?
He's a fucking private eye. He would always find out when I'm cheating.
But
He
why
would
would
know.
you
He
sneak
would
it
know.
in the house?
I get girls to bring it over.
Did you?
My son.
You cheated a lot, didn't you?
Yeah.
When it came to,
Yeah, I have cravings and I don't know
it, dude.
and I don't know how to get past it.
you like pickles?
I do like pickles.
Keep you a jar of pickles. Anytime you get a craving, 0 calories, man, and they're fulfilling. You get just eat or pickles. I knew it was coming. I know it's coming, bro.
He only likes nuts. You just heard that. So let's not go. Let's not
Cashews.
detour.
I love and cashews is not that good for you, huh?
No.
They're fattening, huh?
Yeah. Well, there's always these,
Nah, there's a
these
lot of
crazy
salt, yeah.
studies that come out left and right. Some, like it's like coffee. Coffee's good for you one day. Next week, it's not good for you.
But that's
you
because
know what I mean?
everybody's got their own study.
Yeah.
Now they say
It's like
intermittent
cashews
fasting,
aren't good for.
yeah.
I mean, but I don't know.
It did say eat right for your blood type, but and for my blood type, I'm not supposed to eat cashews, and I love cashews, but I'm supposed to eat lamb, and I hate lamb.
Wait, lamb.
On my blood type.
I've never
He
heard
just
of like
ate
a
lamb
specific
tacos.
meat like lamb.
Yeah, it told me to stay away from chicken and eat lamb. My blood type B positive. I stay away from cashews, stay away from chicken, and eat lamb. I can't stand lamb.
I don't like lamb.
Hey, we tricked him into eating lamb tacos like 2 days ago.
Was it good?
We ordered them.
It wasn't lamb because I know I would have spit it out. It was not lamb, whatever it was. It wasn't lamb. It might have been goat, but it wasn't lamb.
It was
I
goat.
don't
It
think
was
I've
goat.
ever had
It was
goat,
goat.
bro.
It wasn't lamb because lamb get that gamey taste.
Oh
And
yeah.
I can't
was goat.
take that.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, have you ever heard of what, like, I don't know if you've tried like the carnivore thing, like steak and
I
have you
eat
tried
it.
any of that?
Paleo
I love me some steak. I will eat steak every day.
Yeah, but I was doing it for a year and a half, so I lost a lot of weight. My personal trainer, Sean,
Yeah.
this guy is he's not a bodybuilder, but he's ripped. He's a model, a fitness model.
Okay.
And he taught me about my nutrition. So what he had me do was cut out the carbs and the sugars, eat only once a day, and for a year and a half, every night I ate steak, sweet potatoes, guacamole and eggs, and
all in one meal?
yeah, that's all.
I bet
ate.
you, would you get full and it was satisfying? You was probably gone in no time.
He would fast all day. He
Wait.
would come here and he would literally have it here in meal preps.
And I eat that every day. I ate steak.
That's how he lost all his weight.
That's how I lost all my weight.
Yeah.
No,
and,
no
and
sugar,
he would do this
carbs,
on
no
an empty
sugar.
stomach, cardio and sparring.
So avocado,
eggs, steak,
and
sweet potato, and broccoli.
So you'd eat all that at night.
Yeah.
Was it satisfying? Did you?
And for the first 2 weeks, I was getting tired of eating the same shit over and over. But guess what? After a while, I was craving it. And like, I got to eat.
Yeah. Well, what about sweets afterwards? I mean, was it like?
No, I wasn't having cravings,
bro.
I wasn't having cravings.
Are you still doing it? Or are you done?
Well, now I switched to chicken because for a year and a half of eating steak, and I talked to one of my doctor friend, Dr. VJ. He's like my old neighbor and stuff. He's a good guy, one of the best people I know. He's a doctor. And I told him, I just picked his brain and I was talking to him. I said, Dr. VJ, I eat red meat every day. How you feel about that? You know what I'm saying?
And he's like, no, you got to mix it up.
He was like, yeah.
You're not a fish. You don't like fish either, do you?
No, I like cod, like what you call it, fish and chips, that type. And I eat that. I can eat tuna and like mahi. I like the fish that don't smell fishy.
Yeah, it doesn't taste fishy either.
Yeah,
right?
I don't like that. Yeah,
I'm the same, dude.
That's why I'm going downtown.
I used to love freaking sushi, man. But I was Kevin Lee. Remember his brother?
Yeah, on TikTok.
Yeah, and he ate that sushi and it was like a worm on it.
Yeah.
I can't do the sushi thing anymore.
No.
After watching that, you see the worm moving, and he was like on TikTok and he ate it.
No.
I was like, bro, I can't do it anymore.
Y'all, that raw stuff. He loves Nobu. Listen, bro, he go to Nobu. He got his own menu, bro. Well, he's gonna take you tonight. I guarantee you. You stand in town, you finna go eat Nobu. He eat all that raw stuff, bro. They love. Bro, I'm gonna tell you something. He is Nobu's top spender.
Really?
Yeah. He goes.
Are you there every day?
Every day, bro. He don't eat at home. When he go to Nobu and stuff, the staff they stop and
they got your own table.
They stop and they get to the corner and they bow on him and stuff. Like, you think I'm bullshit?
I think we in pride, dude.
Yeah.
You must have like some stake in Nobu. Franchise.
I take Rampage there every time we have a guest in town because.
Are you coming? Are you coming? Are you guys something planned?
I got something planned. I wasn't planning on.
Oh, you?
Okay, if you gonna, I'll go.
Oh, you ain't coming to dinner?
Come on, bro.
Yeah, let's go. We go.
That's all good. Hey, do what you gotta do.
No, but this is the thing though.
I got my oceanfront room.
Yeah, hey, when we go to Nobu, I can't eat as much as I need to. And last night I ate some Japanese food and I'm starving. That's why I'm talking about food. I'm starving like a motherfucker. So I got to order. I got to pay for it.
Order you a lot of steak, brother.
All right, okay. I'll go there.
Last time we went to dinner last week. Me, him, Cutman, Tate, and Rashad. And he was on his phone the whole time. He wouldn't even talk to Rashad.
No, I was mad.
And
no,
the waiter
I was mad.
comes over and the waiter goes, "Aren't you guys supposed to be fighting each other next week?"
Yeah. But
and
I was mad.
They dating.
Why were you mad?
Because he set me next to Tate, big ass, and he was eating my shit.
Tate?
Yeah, cause I'm a picky eater.
Tate started eating all his food. He
eat my shit.
Hey, you hungry? You want to eat that?
You doing like this?
Tate don't ask. He just grabbed because I order different from them. Because they all eat like all fish and I don't eat that shit. I'm a very picky eater. I only eat certain things. And when my shit come, Tate grabbing my shit too.
Like, what are you doing, Tate?
Yeah.
You gotta tell him. Say, this is my food, my man.
Bro, I was scared to take it at the dinner. I think I could take him, but at the dinner table, I think Tate kicked my ass.
No,
he's a big motherfucker.
Well, he's big.
Yeah, he can eat.
We had him come over.
Bro, he was putting that food away, bro.
Like this. Yeah. He kept ordering, and the Rampage was like, "Tate, what are you doing?" And then
you remember you got me those sliders and stuff. He got me.
Sliders.
I like my meat well done, right? So he got my own sliders, and when he's put the way to put my sliders down, Tate was sliding them in his mouth.
How
that's what they call them, sliders.
How's he doing it?
So let's move on.
Hey, listen, I want to say, first of all, thank you for flying all the way out here to come on this thing.
Anytime.
Second of all, I got to tell you, I've been a big fan of yours. You have a phenomenal career. I think you've done a lot for the sport.
He got a poster of you up on his wall in his room.
Yeah. As long as you don't do anything to it, we're good.
I bet it'll be sticking tonight.
Really?
I'm messing with you.
I was doing the outro.
With you.
I believe. You, I don't. You know better. You shouldn't be doing all that right now, bro.
I'm just telling the truth.
Especially when I'm telling everybody this actually tastes good. Come on, man. So look, so one thing I just want to say is, as we get ready to let you go, first of all, like I was saying, thank you. And I think the Jaxxon podcast Discord, they all agreed that you've done so much for the sport of karate. I feel like you've been one of the ambassadors, and I think you've done a phenomenal job. You always hold yourself with good respect and accountability, very honorable. I think you've done a lot for the sport as well. And in the world of now, people trying to figure out what type of a role model or what type of athlete to look for, I feel like you're an amazing guy to look at for the journey and the path for the upcoming fighters.
Well, thank you, man. You know, I've been in this game for a while, and I'll do it as long as my body will let me. But I'm just blessed to be a part, be able to hang out with you, good guys like you, and you know, I think it's awesome. I appreciate you thinking of me and having me on, bro.
Oh, of course, man. We wanted to give you your flowers. I definitely did. Like Rampage knows you. I've been a big fan. As we get ready to let you go, though, what's next for you? When are you done, or when are you going to keep fighting?
Yeah, man, I got 2 fights left on my contract. We'll see what we do after that. Not sure who is up next, but hopefully we're looking at May or something. May, June would be the prime time. Yeah, man, like I said, I'll do this as long as my body will let me, because I feel great. Even though I got knocked out my last fight, like I felt great in the fight. Like I felt just as fast. My reaction time was good. Just got caught. So always got to go back and work on some things, man. So we'll be better. We'll step back out there, do it again, and I just appreciate you guys thinking of me. Having me on, baby.
Man. I enjoyed this podcast. Come back anytime you want.
Yeah, all right, dude.
Anytime.
Let's go.
Yeah. After your next fight, you win, you come back, and we'll have a little post recap when
Sounds good to me.
gets his victory.
Yeah.
Let's
all right,
do
boys.
it.
Thank you guys for watching Jaxxon Podcast. I'm Bear Degidio. That's Rampage Jaxxon and the one and only Wonderboy. Thanks for watching. Make sure you leave us a comment. Let us know who you guys want to see next on the show. We out.